In collaboration with Aludecor to test fire retardant aluminum composite panels. We should start with a round of introductions. So I am Gaurav Shrivastava. I am a faculty member at IIT Gandhinagar since 2013, and I've been involved in the area of fire engineering since around that time. That's about me.
I'm Jagdish. I'm the advisor for Center for Safety Engineering, and I've been associated with the testing of facade and facade materials along with Gaurav Shrivastava for the past 6 to 8 years.
Hi, good afternoon everyone. My name is Devesh. I'm the head product specialist in solutions at Aludecor. I've been associated with facade and fire engineering for last almost 10 years now. And before that, I was working as a structural engineer for precast construction.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Gautam Saraswat, and I lead marketing and communications at Aludecor.
The first or the initial innovation was that we never had facilities in India which can test any fire product according to international norms, and being a manufacturer or getting into manufacturing of fire rated products, you require international norms today, because many of the MNCs are coming to India today. Their offices are opening up, and these requirements of those MNCs does not match with the requirements of the NBC National Building Codes or with the BIS requirements. So these kind of facilities, if we are having, for instance, where we can get at least the initial data of how the product is going to behave, we can go for more and more of research towards the product, and we can at least finalize or make products which are not there in the industry itself. Mm-hmm. We have been pioneers in a lot of things in composite panels today. We are the largest manufacturers in India for the composite panels, and not only the largest manufacturers but the largest in numbers of type of products also. So that has come with the research over paint and over the aluminium alloys. Now we want to do more and more of research towards the fire rated products, because that is the requirement of the industry today. So that is how if we have institutions like you who could help us, and we don't have to go all across the sea towards Europe or in other countries like US to get even the minutest data tested, it would enhance our research facilities, it would enhance our product development, and it would not only enhance it but it will fasten it, and we can bring in more and more products.
Firstly, the trigger for facade fires and the high-rise building fire was the Grenfell Tower fire, okay, which is followed by the Address Hotel fire in Dubai and so on and so forth. Many things did happen globally. That was when the Grenfell Tower fire took place. That was when I got in touch with Gaurav Shrivastava and this academia. Okay, that's why I always stress upon how the academia comes forward proactively in supporting us. It was only 2 meetings. Yeah. So what happened was when this happened, and actually before Grenfell we had leapfrog effect, which was the study that we did.
That was 2014 address letter fire.
So we finished all this, and then we found that we need to have a test facility. That's when I approached Gaurav Shrivastava, and this academia was one of the most proactive academia in giving importance to fire engineering, and that's when we built that, and we moved from there to a structural fire engineering laboratory to being a leader in passive fire protection and so on and so forth. So they were the incidents that have taken place, and ultimately we all come to one common point, that is to save life and property. And with the industry, with academia, and with the knowledge partner of IIT, the abundance of knowledge, abundance of creativity that is here, we all work together to make this place a safer world.
I would give you a small background of what triggered us or what prompted us to get into this research mode with an institution like IIT Gandhinagar. So, we have been seeing a lot of fire tragedies and deaths due to fire, since last 10-15 years. Like it started with one of the biggest fire in Kolkata, the AMRI hospital, which claimed close more than 50-60 lives, and then after that there were a lot of other tragedies as well, the Surat coaching center or the Grenfell Tower, and this is what was keeping our CMD not at very good peace of mind. So this is what prompted into his mind, wherein he has a vision to give it back to the society, and he said that it would be a great decision if we can come up with a better and enhanced product to save the properties and lives both, and lives at a large, public at a large. So that is what, when we started discussing with you, the IIT Gandhinagar people and the academia, and then we came up with, and wherein Devesh also pitched in with his expertise. So he led the whole program from our side, and in collaboration with you, we came up with these things. And as I have been dealing with a lot of client side and and a lot of target audiences, wherein the major issue is people are not having the awareness about using the right product, right fire safe product, or right fire retardant products in the projects. So through this thing, we would like to ask the people to use the right product, and by this we would be educating them as well. So this research is going to be a milestone in creating a fire safe product, not only for us but for the industry, and to save the lives and the properties. And we also believe in, Aludecor always believe in Make in India. So we wanted somebody of a repute from Indian company, Indian organization only, or an Indian academics only, and none better than IIT Gandhinagar, which has got a lot of brilliant minds and the best infra in the country to conduct this research. And today, this report says it all.
In case of fire testing, none of the Indian labs are accredited right now for giving certifications. If we are not accredited, or if we are not certified by a third party, we are not able to sell to government institutions, including India also. So for that we have to move out. We are moving towards Europe, we are moving towards Dubai, we are moving towards Singapore or towards US. And this creates a very big impact on us, not only for a very small test, ISO 9000, ISO 17, I think so. 17025. It's a very small test. The sample requirement is also very small. But the auditor will come from Europe, and he'll just carry those samples from here because they do not have Indian contractors who could do the actual collaboration with them, or help them in the certification process. So it becomes a very tedious and a very costly process for the industry. If an institution which is like IITs, which is already a government institution, comes up with something like this, like if they are accredited to give certifications, nothing better than that. Because number one, it is a government institution, and everybody in our country respects the name IIT. So if the certifications are being provided by such an institution, it is very easy for us to educate also, and for people to understand also. Today we are only, I'll say, educating people about labs in Warrington, labs in London, labs in Germany, and we are bothing about it. Not small time, but big time, because we have to sell the material. If we have an Indian institution, then we don't have to do all these activities. So it's not only saving my money and cost, it is also easier for us to educate and for the government institutions to take up. And the reliability of IITs is, for that matter, much better than any of the private labs which are there, or the private lab contractors which are there. So that would quite enable us more.
Could you elaborate on the properties that you compared with the fire resistant ACP and the non-fire resistant and this normal ACP?
That's a very interesting question. When we started that in 2013 in India, when we started off with the fire-rated panels, we were the first ones in the country had a certified product of Class B in 13501. Now, the difference between a non-FR product is, if you would look at a Grenfell accident, it took only 45 minutes, which I remember, from floor 4th to floor 21st. So 17 floors, it caught fire within 45 minutes. If I talk about a Class B product being installed out there and the same accident taking place, then the fire wouldn't have reached 3rd floor. And the window from where the fire was coming out, it would have remained in that particular area itself. It wouldn't have even gone horizontally or vertically up. So it would have not only safeguarded the lives which were taken during that accident, but it would have also taken care of the property. Nothing would have got damaged more than that particular flat where that refrigerator accident took place, or even to the nearby rooms, because that fire covered the complete building. So from that room itself, we could have the fire which spread through the facade to the other rooms of that same flat wouldn't have taken place. So that is the easiest way for me, I believe, to explain the difference between a non-FR and an FR product. And after that, certain institutions came up with higher stringent values for fire for tall buildings. Now we have products which do not even catch flame. The core is made in such a way that even in a very aggressive fire, the core or the metal obviously will not catch flame, but the core will also not catch flame of the composite material. So we have got that A2 product with us today, so that doesn't catch flame at all. So these kind of researches that we did, specifically if I talk about the enhancement that we did from Class B to A2, was more towards this time, because we were discussing with Dharmik throughout the period, one of your associates who came to our factory also and visited our factory, and he saw the complete production process and our testing facility that we had in-house. So we had certain discussions, and he had certain of his lab research data. So the enhancement that we did in the A2 product came after that.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yes.
Well, that is what-
Statistically, we had certain values in place. So that enables us that, okay, the addition of this happened and the product had these configurations of certain minerals. Now, if we change that configuration and if we increase certain of this, so we had values to support from a third party.
Right.
So that enables and helps us, because we are the only company in India which has the core manufacturing. Everybody else has to buy those cores from outside, and that make in India thing can't happen without these kind of research facilities coming up,
Right.
because we also require a third party. Even having our own labs in place, still we need to justify those values.
At IIT Gandhinagar, we have been working on development of several experimental facilities with respect to fire engineering. We started by developing small-scale facilities like cone calorimeter, thermogravimetry analysis. These are equipment which can tell us by testing small amounts of a material about their combustibility, about their smoke production, etc., which are very important parameters when it comes to design of a building for fire safety. Then the Center for Safety Engineering, which started in 2012 in collaboration with Underwriters Laboratories, that has played an important role in developing the overall landscape within and outside IIT as well, in the area of public safety and more specifically in the area of fire safety. With UL, we developed India's first facade testing facility, which is a 3-story structure where we can do full-scale facade prototype testing. Now that particular experimental facility is unique in the sense that it is a live testing facility. It does not conform to any standard, and it can give a very interesting and realistic visual reality check of different systems. So for example, if there is a system which has been tested as per a particular standard, and if there are concerns about whether or not that system will perform well in a real fire scenario, we will be able to test it in this fire building, and we will be able to come out with inferences which can be used for further interpretation of the results, as well as for development of products or improvement of products. We are also in talks with BIS to have our lab under the laboratory recognition scheme which the BIS has. So we will be able to give certifications to the products with respect to certain standards. But more importantly, we have the best students from across the country that we get as BTech, MTech and PhD students. And many of the problems which the industries face in terms of product improvement, product performance, they can be taken up as a BTech project or a master's thesis or a PhD thesis depending on the kind of the problem. And once we are able to do this, then there will be a synergistic effect where we can not only help in certification, but we can also help in product testing and product improvement and product development. So basically our objective is that now that we have a nationwide push on the Make in India initiative, where we are trying to promote excellence in manufacturing within the country, we want to spearhead the effort on Test in India, where these products we are able to test within India, because currently most of these products for certification testing have to go outside India. So once we have established this facility, and we are in the process of augmenting that as well, we will be able to work hand in hand with Indian industries to have products which are not suitable only for India, but they also have a global reach. So we will not be only able to make in India, but we will be able to make in India for the world. And that is what our overall objective is.
I was working very closely with Gaurav Shrivastava from 2016 onwards when we had the full-scale test facility. And we did a number of tests. We had a building with 3 different facades, and we started with leapfrog effect. And then we went on to the aluminum composite panels, how they really, the non-rated aluminum composite panel, how they spread fire. We did one particular test in which we did a replica of Grenfell Tower facade, and we actually set it on fire. And the results we got were so identical, in terms of the spread of fire, which you spoke about in the conference today, and also the scarring of the facade. It looked so, after the fire when it was extinguished, it was so similar. When me and Gaurav put 2 pictures together, they were so identical of Grenfell and what we did here. So yes, we started working on this fire, and of course Gaurav led the cutting edge research, and he made sure that we scale up to a different level.